Welcome to this video which takes a look at installing LANGuardian on your laptop. My name is Dara Delaney, I'm Head of Technical Services here at Netfort. First thing you need to do to get your LANGuardian installed is go to netfort.com, go to Download section and the free trial software. The option you're looking for is the first one, which is the ISO image, so just download that and store it on your PC or laptop. Once you're downloaded, load up VMware Player, and we have an option to create a new virtual machine. So we then browse for wherever we downloaded the software, the LANGuardian software to. So I've here in the LANGuardian folder. We then go next. In the operating system type, choose Linux, and in the drop down, choose CentOS 64-bit. Next. Give it a machine name, so I'm going to call it My LANGuardian. Disk size, 20 gigabytes is fine. Now this is the important bit. Don't click finish, you need to customize the hardware. Two things we need to do. If you can, increase the memory. Maybe 1 gig may work, but 2 gig is better. I'm actually going to go up right up to 4 gigabytes of memory. But the most important thing here is to add a second network adapter. So we click on add. Choose the network adapter. And make sure you select bridged. Bridge means that the adapter is bound to your physical network card. So choose bridged and finish. So you should see two network cards here now. One is set to NAT, which is network address translation, and the second is set to bridged. And that's okay, and finish. And now we can start up the virtual machine and install the software. So the install process itself takes a couple of minutes. There's 2 stages. We've got a couple of options to set here, and then we go on the web browser. So it says, are you sure you want to continue? Type in yes. Disk ID, there's only one, so just type in 1 and press return. Sure you want to continue. So we got our 2 network cards. We're going to choose number 1. It's important for the management interface. We give it an IP address. So I'm going to give it 192.168.181.10. Subnet mask is fine. Default gateway 192.168.181.2. I'll come back to why I'm setting it to 181 network in a minute. So I'm going to set it that for the moment. DNS server is fine, and then just type yes to install. So it's going through the wizard there. The reason I set the IP address to 181 is because that's the way my VMware network is set up. To check your own, go to DOS prompt, type in ipconfig, and scroll up here. What you're looking for is VMnet 8, so this is it here. Every time you install VMware Player, it chooses a different network for VM8. So if I look for VM8, I can see the IP range is 192.168.181.1. So what I need to do is install my LANGuardian with an IP address in this 181 network. Let's go back to our install. So now it says enter to restart. Takes a couple of minutes to reboot and set up the database and a couple of other options. At the top here you should see LANGuardian starting and dots appearing. So it is doing something, you just got to wait a couple of minutes. So this stage is now complete. It asks us to go to the web console. So if you're in the VM console here, you press Ctrl Alt to get out. So in their browser, you type in the IP address. So I've typed 192.168.181.10, and we complete the install. So just agree to license terms. Double check the settings for the network card. Email, if you want to get email reports, you can fill in your details there. I'm just going to leave it. Next up, we check the clock, synchronize NTP, or you could set it manually. Just going to leave the default there. Next, we set a GUI password, so it needs to be at least 7 characters. Go next. Now we can set up Active Directory. Now if you're going to use this as a portable troubleshooting tool, there's probably no need to set up Active Directory because it may vary depending where you're going to plug in the laptop or PC. So if it's only going to be running locally, it's up to yourself. I'm going to choose not to set up Active Directory. But if you do want to get usernames, fill in your details here for your domain, use the account and the domain controller IP. I'm going to ignore it for the time being. Sensor is up and running and press finish. So we log on now. It's got a new feature here on Heartbleed, so just dismiss that message. Some new reports have been downloaded. So you need to give it a couple of minutes. It's going to start collecting data. It's going to monitor everything that's going in and out the Ethernet port on this laptop. So next thing on the video I want to show you is how you can connect that laptop then maybe into a span port where you can get visibility not just of your own traffic but on other traffic on the network.
The next thing we need to do is plug our laptop into a switch of interest. It could be a core switch, it could be just somewhere where you've got servers or something of interest connected, maybe an internet connection. So you can basically, any manic switch, whatever it is, you just need to plug regular Ethernet port, pick any port. There's no set one which is just for monitoring, so plug in to any port on a manic switch, then plug that cable then into your laptop, and you need to log on to the switch either through its web front end or SSH or Telnet on, and you need to set up port mirroring or a span port. So what you need to do is just get the make and model of your switch, whether it's Netgear, Cisco or Tricom, whatever it is. You go to Google and search for port mirroring or span port. And what you need to do is, let's say on my switch, if I had my internet connection on port 8 and I had my LANGuardian on my laptop connected to port 1, let's say, what I need to do is I need to mirror port 8 to port 1. It doesn't interfere in port 8, it doesn't cause any issues. The switch will take a copy of the traffic going in and out port 8 and send a copy of it to port 1. And you can actually do multiple ports if you want as well, or in Cisco you can actually do VLAN monitoring. So find a switch of interest, plug in, check the documentation and set up your span or mirror port.
I'm back on my LANGuardian, and now that I've got it connected to a span port or mirror port, I can see a lot more activity here, a lot more traffic. So if you've got an issue with slow internet, slow network, problem with a server, simply you can click on the segments in here, like the file share traffic, drill down, you can see file names here, or if you've got maybe an internet problem, go back to dashboards, click on internet activity, and you can see what are the most active websites people are accessing. So videos and Windows Update, and you can drill down and get more detail. If it's a network slow problem, maybe go back to management summary and take a look at the graphics here and see what sort of traffic, what rates are coming in, and drill down. Just click on the graph here and you can drill down and see what's happening. So that's it. That's what you need to do to evaluate LANGuardian on your laptop or maybe build a portable troubleshooting tool.